Hello, this is our Adria Sonic 700 SL Plus Scandinavia edition, and this is our 1-year review of owning this motorhome. I'm Roger, and behind the camera there is Gro, and we use this motorhome as a motorhome, but we also use this as an office, and our travel in it is long period of times. This review will also contain some upgrades that we have done to a motorhome. And speaking of upgrade, let's start with our gas locker. We wanted a system that we could use all over Europe. So that is why we put in a refillable gas bottle, and we also have one interchangeable gas bottle. Because in some part of Norway they don't have this system, and the rest of Europe they don't have this system. So I think this is the system that will cover the most area here in Europe, at least. Otherwise, reviews-wise, let's start on the outside. We have this decor here, which is original from Adria. We are not too happy about it. It's showing signs of it coming off in the corners here, and there is some miscoloration already happening after a couple of years. But I think we just need to treat that with some wax or something. I think Google will help us out here. Otherwise, there's not much to say. It's been holding up good. We're pretty happy with it. One thing we are not so happy about is we mentioned in the last video, is in order to get in the garage, you need to have 2 hands. So if you carry something in one hand, it's impossible to get inside the garage. We are pretty much happy about everything inside the garage. We noticed the new model Adria, they have 12-volt sockets in here and also 220-volt sockets. And we are thinking about installing that so we can charge our e-bikes inside the garage while we're driving. And if you see here the lighting, this Gro will come around here. The lighting is not the best. We are thinking about putting some LED lighting in the roof here. Also, otherwise, we got these hooks you see up here. There wasn't the best solution for securing cargo. This one came original with the van. Otherwise, the van is getting ready now to winter storage. We are not going to use it this winter. So it will go inside in the warms. Here in Norway, outside in the winter, it's not a good place for anything, basically. It's not your ice bear or something like that. So in the back here, well, the back is working fine. But there is a couple of things here that are not good. Let's start with the backup camera. That is absolutely shite. It's a very bad, everything about it is bad. I won't mention the brand of it. As my mother said, if you don't have anything nice to say about something, don't say anything at all. The other things that are not good here is this arms. That's for our bike racks. Inside of this tightening thing here, there are some cogwheels that are made of plastics. And after 1 year, they are broken. So yeah, thumbs down for this Thule bike rack. We do have our bikes inside the garage, but it's nice to have the opportunity or possibility to have them on the back in case you need to carry bigger items in the garage, or the bike is very filthy, or yeah, whatever opportunities. Good to have. Come on. There's not much to say here. You have your the fridge and a vent for the fridge. The fridge has been working very good in warm and cold weather. The toilet hatch, it's been working good. And we have on the roof put in more solar cells. We had about 160 last year, and we put in 200 watts more this year with some black solar. That works very good in low lights. And we have removed our TV antenna that we had last year, and we put in a 5G antenna instead. We can go inside and we can show you the router and the stuff. Continue the whole thing inside. Inside here, we thought we're going to close all the blinds, so we can give you impression of how it is in here with all the blind closed and the lights, and yeah, so you get a feel of the room inside here. And that brings me on to the blinds. Below the blinds, they are very easy to open and close. They're also very flimsy, so they're already starting to show some sign of wear and tear. And always when you use these blinds, you are touching them with the most delicate of hands, and you have your heart in your throat. Because yeah, you feel that these are going to be broken any minute. But I guess every motorhome has the same problem. If you know of some motorhome that doesn't have that problem, in the comments, yeah, let me hear from you. Our gearbox is one of Fiat's automatic gearbox. It has a bad reputation, and I can understand why. When the gearbox and I don't agree, I just put it in manual and there's peace in the universe again. That's what I'm going to say about this gearbox. Otherwise, Fiat, some like Fiat, somebody don't like Fiat. Try to guess how I stand. Now, as I mentioned, we use this as a motorhome, and we use it also as an office when we are out exploring, because we're traveling for an extended period of times, so we have to work. So this becomes our office and our kitchen and our dining table and what have you not. We have seeked solution to maybe get a bigger table, because it's a little bit too small for two-person working here with each office laptop. But they haven't found any good solution yet. And again, if you know a good solution, let me know in the comments. But in order to make this usable as an office, we had to put in some more power points. So we have put in some extra 220 volts here, and we have also put in some extra 12 volt sockets here. Depends on if you are off-grid or if you are on mains hookup. Also, it also had to be said that we are mainly off-grid. We have built this motorhome for free camping or wild camping or off-grid camping, or there are so many words for those stuffs. Now, speaking of off-grid camping, we have a 200 amp lithium battery. It's in the seat there. And there we also have our B2B charger, battery to battery charger, which we charge that leisure battery about 30 amps when the motor is running. And normally we can stay 1 week off grid. The one thing that we actually is the problem is the water capacity. We have 140 liters of water, and we can stretch that longer, but if you want to live like a normal civilized human being, it's about 1 week of showering and washing the dishes and stuff like that. And over here we have our drop-down bed, which is electric. Sometimes we use this as a guest room, but mostly we're just using as a closet for our off-season clothes. Right now we have all our winter clothes up here. Most of the clothes are inside the doors because, as I said, we are going to bring it into winter storage. But these clothes are just, something we don't use outside the motorhome. And here we come to something that we are not so happy about in this van. Is this area right here. Adria designed it, is that you're going to have a big TV here. It's built like you can flip the TV around and have it like this. Just take this arm out and you can choose if you want to watch TV inside the bed or in the sitting area. We don't use this, as you can see, as a TV. So for us this whole area is just sort of a wasted space. We are thinking about maybe putting some shelving in here or something. Not quite sure. And of course here you have your system In the van you have your fresh water, black grey water, battery. Yeah, I'm not gonna go into the whole panel. And you have the ALDE system, which is of course very good. I don't think I ever heard anybody say something bad about the ALDE system. The kitchen, or the galley, if you want to go that way. You have a Dometic 3-burner hob here. It's very good. You have 3 different sides of flare, and you can fit all sorts of pans here. So that one we are very happy about. The splash guard was too small, so we have just to put in a bigger one, and this one is doing the job just perfect. The sink here is very good. You have this extra plate you can put on. You have to excuse me, I'm not the one. Actually, this is not my apartment. Cool, where do you keep those? In the next one?
Yeah. No, in the one in the middle.
Oh, yeah, I was just there. Gissa?
Yep.
Vad där är det? In this model we also have an oven. I think it's what you call a grilling oven. And this is something we use a lot. We bake a lot of bread and we make a lot of food in this oven. And we find it to work very great. We used to have one of those Omnia. We were so happy about the Omnia as well that we had it a whole year into the ownership of this van. But now we finally get rid of the Omnia, so now we just use this stove. In here we have our router, which is connected to the 5G antenna on the roof. It's connected with 12-watt socket to the system, 12-watt system. And we have 2 suppliers of data signal in the motorhome. We have Telia and Telenor, which are the 2 biggest here in Norway. The reason we have 2 is if one of them has a bad connection in the area, we can always switch to the other system. The thing is to have the best coverage possible in order to be able to work from different places. Typically, if you find a beautiful, remote, wonderful location, it has no signal, so that's just no good for us. So we try not to let that happen too often. Though it have to be said that even though we have this antenna on the roof, we are carrying 3 mobile devices and extra router and all that stuff. There are still places that we can't get no mobile signal or internet. We have heard other people say that they have this system, that and that, and there is nowhere they go, they don't have an internet signal. We don't find that to be true exactly, but yeah, maybe we don't have the best signal or best antenna, stuff like that. I will leave a link in the description for the system we got, and if you know of a better system, again, let me know in the comment, please. Now, one thing we really liked about getting a bigger motorhome is that you have a sort of a separate sleeping and toilet compartment. It's all separated by this door, and that makes it very easy because you can just, if you want to change the clothes or have a snooze or whatever, you can just go inside here and close the door, and yeah, you don't have to put all the blinds, or one person can still be outside here. And yeah, I think you know what I'm trying to say here. And in here, which you call our sleeping compartment, or compartment, is a bedroom and shower compartment and a toilet. I can just show the camera here. This is our bathroom. We have blown the pipes for water. This is why the balloon is hanging here. There is something we like in here and something we don't like. One thing we don't like is this sink. The problem is, if you use this, water just splash everywhere. And every time you use the sink, you have to use this microfiber cloth and just wipes everything down. Looks beautiful, not that practical. Toilet is a standard Telford toilet, which is very good. And this is one of my favorite features that Adria has removed on the newer model. Is this little window. Just give you a cozy atmosphere in a bathroom, and of course you're parked somewhere nicer than here. And standing in the bathroom now, we have this sliding door here, which is very flimsy, but it does the job. It's the same thing as with our blinds. It's very light and does the job very well, but you have to treat it with very light hand. Here you have our shower compartment, which we are very happy about. You have heating here for the Aldi system. You have a rack here to dry your clothes. And you have a vent up here. And yeah, it's a nice place to have a quick hot shower. Going back to the bedroom here, these models, the pre-2020 I think, they have this closet here. This makes the left bed a little bit shorter. But that's okay, because, well, for us, I'm 186 and Go is about 160. She's smiling, of course, yeah, giving her extra centimeter. But she don't need a 2-meter long bed. I do. She don't. And a motorhome, use all the closet space you can get is welcome. And in here you have a good hanging closet. This device here, used as an extra drying rack in the shower. So you can either hang your clothes on there or 2 sets. Comes in handy. And when you take a shower, just remove it like that. Always remember to grab the other end because they will fall down. Otherwise, closet-wise, we have a little fancy device here. There is a button here you can press. And it turns the mattress up and it reveals another hanging closet. But this is a device we have never ever used before. Same goes with underneath of the mattress. You have a system where you can make the bed into a lounging chair by just pulling here, and the mattress will stay like this, so you can lounge here and watch TV. This is something we said, oh great, but actually it's something we never use. Just use the pillows. But it's nice to have there. The roof hatch, very good. Good and bad. The good thing is it's really big and I can also stand up in it and look outside, which is a good thing. The other bad thing is that it doesn't have any kind of shade. So when you pull the mosquito netting and it's very early, especially in the month of June, up in the northern part of Norway where you have the midnight sun, you have no sunshade coming through the roof hatch. That's why we have made this little thing with just some homemade sunshine. And this worked very good. It means that you can lie in bed at night and don't have the sun shining in on you. Things you have to think about when you go camping in those extreme northern latitudes. We also have here 2 USB fans where we can put them everywhere we like. The hat, of course, you know. Here you have our carbon monoxide detector. We have a smoke detector in the bedroom here. On the other side here, we have our TV. It's a Finlux TV, a 12-volt smart TV. I'm guessing it's fairly good. I haven't been able to find anything better. I will leave a link in the description for the TV, and you can see for yourself the reviews that the TV have online. If I personally can recommend it, yeah, I think we're very happy with it. It's a bit slow, you know. It takes time to change something, but it's not a computer; it's a TV with just some app. And yeah, I'm not that technical, but sometimes we find ourselves swearing at the TV because it's very slow. And also for the TV, the sound quality of the original speakers on the TV is totally unusable. So I have this GBL speaker behind here, and I find if I put it in a corner here, it gives a nice roomy feeling to the sound and some bass, and yeah, it comes in handy when you watch those Sylvester Stallone movies, you know. Yeah, sorry about that. Now let's talk some squeaks and rattles. And this motorhome, like I guess almost every other motorhome, had some squeaks and rattles. This is definitely not the worst one I have driven, and it's actually one of the best one I've driven. The first squeak or rattle is this step here. I'm guessing you already heard it. This course is, when I step on it, it does that sound. I'm not the lightest person in the world, but it's not. It doesn't give you sort of confidence when the ground underneath you makes sounds like that when you step on it. The walls here are also, they don't squeak and rattle, but there are, I think maybe Go can come over here and she can step in the shower. We can show you here. This one just stand loose like this. So if you were a bit unlucky and sort of fall over, this whole thing just comes straight off. So it doesn't give you much confidence. It doesn't feel solid, but it's okay. Don't get me wrong, but it just, well, let's just put it like this. It's not built like a tank, and I guess it's not supposed to either, because you have to keep it light, right? Squeaks and rattles in the front here, I'm happy to report there are none. We have driven this motorhome for, as I said, about 20,000 kilometers now. In about a year, bumpy roads and what have you not. Nothing, not a thing, which is very, very nice. We got a question in one of our other videos. We did another tour video of this motorhome and we just got it. Of what's it been like for us getting a bigger motorhome. We used to have a 6-meter long van before this one. And I think the biggest difference for us has been, of course, the space. You have all this space here. It means you can walk around in the motorhome. In the van, I have to say, excuse me, Gro, I need to go there and there. Could you please move so I can go there? And yeah, of course, Gro have to do the same thing. Here you have enough room that 2 persons can just pass each other. And yeah, one can sit here and work and do a meeting, and one other can go behind that door and take a phone call there if it's raining a lot outside. And yeah, it just, the size makes it, of course, much better to live in. And also you have the capacity of the water tanks. You have a much bigger water tank in this one than we had in the last one. We had about 100 in the last one, and this one we has 140. And that makes it possible to, yeah, as I said earlier, you can live off-grid civilized for a week. If you want to do van life, you can stay for 2 weeks at least. And the e-bikes is a really big point to having a bigger motorhome for us, is that on the van, it was a lot of trouble getting the e-bikes with us in the van. Here I shown you on the back how we do the e-bikes, and having the e-bikes with us is just, it opens up tons of possibilities. Now we can park the motorhome in a beautiful location, and if you need to get around, you go with the bikes, exploring, go for the bikes, yeah. I guess for those of you who have e-bikes, you will know exactly what I'm talking about, and those of you that don't have e-bikes, get you some bikes, yeah. Well, I hope this answers any question you might have about our motorhome. If you have any question at all, don't hesitate to ask in the comments. We'll be happy to answer any question you have. And please give this video a thumbs up. It goes a long way with the algorithm and help this channel get noticed. And if you're not already a subscriber to this channel, please subscribe. You're not really a part of it. You're not really a YouTuber until you have 1,000 subscribers, and that's something we really are striving for. So yeah, subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.